Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici, welcome my friends. My name is Vincenzo and welcome to my channel Fountain Pen Therapy. Come state oggi? Io oggi sto benissimo. And in that regard, we're going to move away from China, we're going to move away from India, we're going to move away from Turkey, and we're going to go back to the home country. So I've decided that it's about time that I get back to my roots, my true roots, which is Italy, and more specifically the region of Naples, where this beautiful pen is made. It's a Leonardo Officina Italiana. It's been around for a while, but like I said, lately I've been trying to hunt down, pens that are affordable and a great writing experience, and I picked this up on sale. It's a Supernova, and I think it's going to pass the test. It's got a juicy nib. I'm just looking forward to reviewing it and showing you what this pen is capable of doing. So here we go. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back with the pen. Now, I got to tell you, I've got some mixed feelings about this pen. And I know you all know my bias for Italian pens. Well, Italian pens, not all Italian pens. Italian pens, but more specifically pens that are manufactured in the region of Naples, the region where I was born. Okay, I got to tell you, this bottom part here, they call it the Supernova, and I can understand why. You almost got, it's like you got stars, and you're in quite a beautiful universe there of resin. Very, very nice. But I got to tell you, I don't like this match here. And I know that this resin, you turn it the way you turn it, and they're not all the same, and you live with what you got. But I'm wondering if this pen, I found this pen on sale because of this. I just don't like this part. If this was meant to be, I'm sorry, Leonardo, but it's a dud. So when I got it, I was very disappointed to see, I can see the rest. I can see where the swirls would come in, but this flat blue part with nothing on it, I think it's a bad batch. That's my opinion, and that's probably why I bought this, or I managed to get it on sale. Having said that, look, we're going to see what the writing sample offers, but I still think it's a gorgeous pen. So let's look at on the outside. On the outside, a little bit different from the Momento Zeros, okay? It kind of has this, it's not a cigar shaped because they're both flat on both ends, but it kind of starts narrow and then widens up. There's kind of a big belly here and then tapers down to the bottom finial. It's got a beautiful, beautiful band, silver band, with two rings around it, one ring there. It's got a silver, a silver finial. There you go. And it's got a no silver on top, but just the resin flat top, if you will. Flat top, completely flat. There's that clip, with the little wheel, which I've been told is not a Delta invention. I was corrected, but I think it's a Warwall pen back in the 1920s, 30s that invented that wheel, and it kind of Delta kind of adopted the design. So it's not a Delta original, and I stand corrected, and I thank that viewer that corrected me, or the viewer that corrected me. Here we go. So that's essentially the outside of the pen. Let's get into the inside. Let's see how many turns. That's one. It's about a 1 1/4 turn to expose this. Okay, I apologize. I wasn't focusing properly. It still isn't, but in any event, just bear with me. So you see that the pen kind of has got a big taper here. Tapers down. I got to tell you, this is the first time that a Leonardo Officina Italiana has kind of a really sharp edge here. I don't know if that's meant to be, but I got to tell you, it almost cuts. It's like knife sharp. And, if my fingers go there, I got to tell you, it's not the most comfortable of positions. I mean, if you're way down here, not a problem. The threads, they're not the best, but they're certainly not sharp. But this portion here is very, very sharp. I don't know why they did that. Maybe that's part of the course, if you will, and that's what they wanted to do. But there you have it. That's the step down. Okay, you can see that the pen is a cartridge converter with that beautiful Leonardo converter there, and I believe it's also exposed at the top by turning the finial, but I'm not sure. Let me see. No, it doesn't. Okay, so it's just interior wise. The nib that I chose on this thing is it's a 1.5 Yowo nib, and my camera is really having a hard time. Here we go. If you can see that, very nice scrolling and engraving on that nib. I think it's very, very, very nice, and it's a juicy 1.5 stub. I'm looking forward to inking that to see how it performs. So there you go on the outside. Okay, does it post? Yes, it does. Posts very comfortably, in fact. Okay, it's not really top heavy in my opinion. Although if you go down further down to avoid that sharp edge, then it starts to be a problem in terms of being back weighted. But if you grab the pen here, it's very, very comfortable. But you know what? The pen is sufficient size that I don't think you need to post it in order to have a comfortable long writing session. So there you go. That's the posting of the pen. Now let's do a quick size comparison here. Okay, first a capped size comparison. I have here my Momento Zero. The original is here. You could see with the 2 rings. Then they adapted the 3 rings on this Momento Zero. This is my Majon N7. Here's my Leonardo Stardust Momento Zero Grande. As you can see, it's substantially bigger. This is my Majon P136, approximately the same size. And there you have my subject pen, which is the Supernova. So we will come back with a unposted size comparison. Okay, here we have the uncapped and unposted size comparison. You could see that it rivals with my Stardust Momento Grande uncapped. And in fact, my Momento Grande, I just noticed, is a little unscrewed here. No, it isn't. Okay, we're all set. Sorry about that. Here we go. It really rivals with it. Just a small nib-tib difference. And very girthy as my Momento Grande. There you go. We'll be right back with a posted. Okay, so a posted, all the pens post comfortably, I would say, except my P136. It doesn't post at all. It's completely loose, so it's not a pen that can be posted. And you can see that posted, it rivals my Stardust. It's just as big, just as long there, and very girthy, just as girthy as my Momento Zero Grande. There you have a posted comparison. So we will show you the measurement screen and come back with a writing sample. Okay, so now it's time for the writing sample. First of all, the ink. Well, I think it's appropriate that with this pen, I choose Leonardo Officina ink, which is the turquoise, Leonardo's turquoise. This is what this gives. It's a wet, very slippery and well-behaved light blue turquoise ink with some interesting shading. And this was a writing sample with one of my Delta vintage pens. There you have the ink. In terms of the journal, A notebook that we will be using, it's my Tomoe River Sake TP 52 gram. Let's open it up to an empty page here. We're going to get there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to kind of close up here as much as we can. There we go. Okay. Just having problems with my camera here, but I think we should be okay. So this is my Leonardo Officina Italiana. It's a Supernova. And I believe it's the Star Blue model. The nib is a Yowo Leonardo branded 1.5 stub, and it's a number 6 steel. Beautiful, beautiful stub. Sorry folks, I know a lot of you might be cringing because it's too thick, but that's the way I like it. The ink is the Leonardo turquoise. So that's the ink, and needless to say, it's a gusher and very, very smooth. So very, very nice. Thin line here and very thick line down. Very nice. Fast writing. Just that hint of feedback because it is more of an italic than it is of a cursive. I may want to round that nib out a little bit without ruining it, but so there you have it. In terms of my rating, now in terms of design, I find it fairly original. Is it a copy of another pen? Does it inspire? Is it inspired by another pen? Perhaps, but I think it is a nice design. It's a very girthy, big pen, the way I like it. So you know what? Without it being necessarily earth-shattering, I give it a 9.5 on 10. Build quality. Now, I got to tell you that spot on my cap there really it bothers me. Sorry, the camera is just not cooperating. It's really bothering me. I don't know if that's meant to be, although I got to tell you, I saw another review blog on this pen and it had the exact same spot. Now, is that got something to do with the Supernova system, or is it something that was meant to be that way? If it is, I just subjectively speaking, I just don't like it. And the fact that there's this very sharp edge here, I don't know. It's not Leonardo, typical Leonardo quality in my opinion. So I'm going to give this pen an 8.5. And you know what? I'm trying to be as objective as I can with Leonardo. Okay, that's the build quality. In terms of the nib, I think it's a nicely decorated or engraved nib. It is a Yowo nib, well tuned. I'm going to give this 1.5 a 10 on 10. No complaints here. Okay, so that's the nib. In terms of value, now I did buy this pen on sale. I believe it was, you know what, I'll put it up on the screen. I don't want to mislead, but I remember it was on sale. It was an excellent value. I believe it was Atlas stationery, but I'm not sure. So I will put the price and the details up on screen, but I remember it being very, very good. Okay, that's the value. Is this going to be a go-to pen for me? Absolutely, 10 on 10. It's got the girth, it's got the nib that I like, and that's the way I like the pens. So for me, for sure, it's a go-to pen. So that's another Leonardo that goes on my go-to list. So there you have it. That's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Check it out. These Leonardos are beautiful pens, and when they're on sale, my suggestion is grab them. I know this pen's been out for a while, and you know it's not something new, it's not novel, but now that it's on sale, I got it. It's another model that I'm adding to my collection. Why not? I think it's a beautiful pen, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. So please subscribe, enjoy my videos, comment, and fountain pen therapy for all of us, folks. Thank you very much.